exclusive to TV. And I'm a little bit biased about this collection because I designed it. So it's even more exciting for me because I've designed them and here they are, and I get to see them in the flesh and how they look made up, and it's, yeah, really nice to see. So let's start off with a Christmas classic. You can't have Christmas without this particular shape. So it's holly leaves. As you can see, I'll bring it closer so you can. The embossing line running down the centre of each leaf, just to add that little bit of depth, and then lots of different sizes of berries and some smaller circles here that could be very tiny berries or highlights. And here it looks made up, whichever way you prefer. And because of the emboss line, what you can do is just pinch your leaves slightly and that embossed line will crease the cardstock and you get that lovely depth there. You see the light playing with it, and it just adds a lovely three-dimensionality to an otherwise 2D creation. So I think foliage at Christmas is just perfect, and you could hang this up, put it on a card, put it on a present, put it anywhere you like. It'll work beautifully, and especially with that little bit of embossing and the highlight in the sparkly cardstock, it's just Christmas, quintessential Christmas. Next we have, along a similar vein, the mistletoe leaves. So I've just put it on white cardstock so it's easier for you to see. You got, again, these embossing lines here, just adding that detail to each leaf, and this little die, which looks a bit confusing, but I will show you what it does. Here it is. So let me see if I can angle the light. There you go. You can see the embossing lines on the leaves there, and slightly shimmery cardstock, so it's highlighted even more. And that die that looked a little bit odd makes a bow. If you can't use a bow at Christmas, when can you? It is the perfect time to be adding bows to everything, the whole house. So again, mistletoe, hang it up, put it on your cards, put it on yourself. Start stitching it onto your clothes. It's just such a versatile die, and I just think these two together, they work beautifully. They are scaled similarly so they can work together, but also individually depending on what you like. So we'd start off with, you know, your Christmas basics really, your foliage, mistletoe, holly. What can go wrong there? So moving slightly on, but in a similar theme, we have the Poinsettia flower here. So hopefully on the white you can pick that up. There's a trend. I love embossing lines. So we've got embossing lines down each petal of the poinsettia. There are 3 different sizes of poinsettia. They're all different shapes. They're not symmetrical, so they're meant to be very natural looking. The leaves also have embossing detail, and then you have 2 quite intricate centerpieces. And let me show you how this looks made up as well. So we've made it with a sort of sculpting foam, so it gets a lovely textured, realistic look, and you can just see, let me show you, the embossing lines on the petals being picked up there. It just adds such lovely detail. I'm really happy with how it's turned out. And again, poinsettias and Christmas go together like bread and butter, and I hope that people enjoy using this poinsettia flower. I think it's beautiful, and that realistic look is really what I was going for, and it works really beautifully with the holly and the mistletoe as well. You could mix the leaves together, you could use them in some sort of floral arrangement. I just think, what is Christmas without these particular shapes? Right, now let's move on. If you are like me and at the end of Christmas you collect all your Christmas cards together and you make the tags for next year, look no further. We have a gift tag collection of dies, and this is them all together. Every shape and size you could possibly need, so perfect for upcycling your Christmas cards that you received this year and using them next year for your tags, but also if you have sparkly card and shimmery card and just any kind of paper that you want to use, these will work beautifully. So we have little tiny tags for those tiny gifts, and and larger ones for you to write a whole essay on. So it's a real mixture here, and I just think every craftsperson needs a collection of gift tags like this because they're so useful, and also can be used the whole year round for people's birthdays and anniversaries and things like that. So a super useful collection of dies there. I will definitely be using that this Christmas. So now on to something a little bit different. This is the envelope box. It might not look like it at first, but let me just show you. So this die creates our box. Now I know what you're thinking, it looks like half a box, but this is how you use it. So you simply place it onto your cardstock that you want to use and run it through the machine once, then take it out, rotate your design and match up your edges, and then run it through once again. And then without having to glue pieces together or faff around at all, you have a whole box. So you've got this side and then that side, which together makes this. How cute. So we've got two examples for you here of the envelope box. So as you can see, envelope box because we have this means of opening and closing here, which looks just like an envelope. It's a really good size actually. You can get lots in it, so sweet treats, jewellery. I do find that the older I get, the more excited I get about smaller presents. When you're younger, the big boxes look really exciting, but now I think smaller gifts, what could be in them? They have a lot more intrigue surrounding them. And my favourite element of these boxes is this little wax seal. So there is an embossed line, of course, on the wax seal, and there are 3 different shapes of wax seal for you to choose from with various levels of splodginess. Here's another one here with the R. So there's different things that can be placed in the centre of them. There's a whole alphabet in this die set for you to monogram to your heart's content. You could put your initial or the person you're sending it to's initial. There are also hearts and stars and snowflakes and leaves and whatever your heart desires to place in the middle of your wax seal. If you think hot wax is a bit messy, or you've got little children, you're worried about the wax, or you want to create lots of them all in one go, paper seals are the way to go. Paper seals are definitely the easier, mess-free option, and I'm really happy with how they turned out on these boxes. There are also some sentiments and labels to go on the back for you to address your boxes. You could leave them blank if you want to and write a sentimental message of your own, personal, but it does also come with these sentiments. So you've got to you and with love. You could mix it up and put love you, whatever you like. Like I say, you could leave them blank and write something personal yourself, but these are there, and in sparkly cardstock, why not use them? So that is the envelope box, and now on to the final set, which might be my favourite. This is Holly Jolly Christmas. Oh, I love it so much. So, starts off, you might think it's just another set of labels, but labels with a difference. So you've got this bauble, Noel, which, you know, beautiful word at Christmas time. You've got these stars, you've got a banner and another tag, but it also comes with these stamps. Oh, if I move that so you can see them properly. So these stamps are just, I wanted to use phrases and sentiments that I would use a lot of, obviously, and also ones that you could mix and match. So we've got Holly Jolly, which you can then put with Christmas, so you could have it on its own. You've got Unwrap Me, which I think would look lovely on a tag, on a gift. Very sort of Alice in Wonderland, you know, eat me, unwrap me. I think it's really sweet. And then you've got For and From. So you could put For and then write the person's name, and then From and put yours. And so they work really nicely. And then you've also got Merry. So you could put Merry with the Christmas as well. So they all sort of work together, but also individually. And I just can't wait to use this set. I think it's going to be really, really special at Christmas time to be addressing gifts to people using stamps and dies that I've designed. I'm really excited to use this. So that is all the dies in the collection. So remember, it is coming really soon, exclusively on TV. Keep an eye out for it. And if you use these dies, if you purchase them and use them, I would really love to see what you come up with. As I said, it's really exciting for me as a designer to see how these dies have been, how they've come together and how they look in the flesh. And so if you make something and you're really proud of it, put a picture of it on social media and let Sizzix know, and I would love to see what you've created. So thank you so much for watching me walk you through this die collection. Look out for it coming soon, and I hope to see you all in another video.